Have you ever had a great idea for a story or a film only to get that gut punch when you discover that someone else has already made it? Well, I had an idea for a film years ago, and then I saw Brendan Fraser starring in a movie with almost the exact same premise.
We play roles in the clients' lives. Parents, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, and help them connect to what's missing.
What do you need me for?
有人请我来当出租爸爸。
Hello, Mia. I'm your father.
I hate you.
Well, there's a lot of emotions came at once, and I just wanted to like hug him.
Same premise, same emotional core, different country. And in that moment, I realized if you sit on an idea too long, someone else might make it first. This isn't about plagiarism, it's about something stranger or scarier. It's stories that seem to live out in the ether, and if you don't act on them, they have a way of finding someone else. Years ago, when I was living in Shanghai, I created a sketch comedy channel called Mamahuhu. It was about the cross-cultural relationships, expat life, and the odd little quirks you notice living abroad. One of the things we kept coming back to was this very real, very unusual Chinese trend, hiring actors for almost anything. I say actors, but that's not quite right. Around 2015, these services started popping up where you could rent a boyfriend for Chinese New Year, hire a fake dad for parents' night, or pay someone to cry at a funeral, or even rent a foreign executive to make your company look more international. We ended up making 3 sketches that poked fun at this trend. The first was for Donnie Does, which is another YouTube channel we often collaborated on for the Wonton Don. We documented a real gig Donnie landed, real, pretending to be a fertility doctor at a Shanghai clinic, which was complete with a speech he had to give to reassure expecting mothers.
我叫 Tanada. I am the operations manager at this clinic. You can trust us, and hopefully, we can trust you.
Next, we made a sketch about a boyfriend rental service for Chinese New Year. It played like an enthusiastic advertisement showcasing the different tiers and types of boyfriends available for hire.
这样可以了吗？
要不咱俩明天抽个时间一起吃个饭？
赶紧下车吧。
That video blew up on Chinese social media. The third and most recent was Chinese rental family services, where we hired a genuine fake dad to play Adam's father for the day, helping him relive childhood moments he missed as an adopted child. That last one, that's the idea that really stuck with us.
你知不知道孩子是从哪里来的？
孩子从哪里来的？
对，
这是自然规律。女的受孕了，10月怀胎，孩子就出生了。
I thought it was the poor decisions of 2 young adults.
The finished short was so much fun, with a surprising amount of heart, thanks to the anything goes vibe and genuine chemistry between Adam and his fake dad. Adam and I then started imagining what a feature film would look like. A lonely American expat in China hires a fake dad for the day. The sketchy dad ends up overstaying, needing a place to lay low. They bond. The dad sees an opportunity to rope his new son into the higher relative business. They take on jobs across Shanghai and land themselves in all sorts of jams, all while slowly filling the emotional gaps in each other's lives.
我要跟你妈妈离婚，要有准备。
It was funny, it was heartfelt, and it was a little absurd. And it stuck with us for years. At the same time, similar services were booming in Japan, but for somewhat different reasons. In China, it often felt like a way to save face or dodge awkward family questions. In Japan, it seemed more about seeking emotional connection or temporary companionship. Even Conan O'Brien did a segment about renting a family for the day. So the idea was out there in the zeitgeist. Fast forward to now and I see a trailer for a new film called Rental Family, set in Japan and starring Brendan Fraser. It seems to be about a struggling expat actor in Japan who starts taking jobs as a fake family member. A premise remarkably similar to ours. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited to see this film. I love stories set in Japan. I'm a big fan of Brendan Fraser, but there's just that little twinge of melancholy because now our version probably won't happen. I mean, in hindsight, I do sometimes wish we tried harder, maybe stop making sketches, instead put that energy into developing a feature film, but hindsight's 2020. At the time, Mamahuhu was our creative outlet. The sketches helped build an audience, and I think looking back, that the idea of doing a feature film just seemed too far away. But that's just how it goes sometimes. There's still plenty of stories from that part of the world waiting to be told. I have a fun horror feature set across China and Southeast Asia that incorporates elements of my own experience, but tells a very different story, and I'd love to make it sooner rather than later and before anyone else does. This isn't even the first time this has ever happened to me, and I'm sure some of you have experienced something similar. Just a few months ago, right after starting production on my short horror comedy Behind, a film that I've been trying to get funded for 2 years before finally deciding to make it on my own terms, one evening after a long day shooting, I settle into my couch, I turn on Apple TV, and I watch the latest episode of The Studio. In this episode, there was a trailer for a fictional movie called Apocalypse. In the opening scene, Johnny Knoxville faces off with a zombie who slowly turns around and my heart sank in that moment. I thought, oh no, is this the same idea as mine? But thankfully, Apocalypse went a totally different direction. But for a moment, I thought it was all over before I'd even finished shooting. So I guess the takeaway is, if you have an idea you believe in, act on it now. Develop it, shoot it, proof of concept, pitch it, whatever you can to get it off the ground. Because if it lives only in your head or on your hard drive, one day you might see someone else bring it to life instead.
我还有事啊，以后我们见面再续啊。
So what's your one that got away story? Is it just me, or does it happen to you too? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.